Hello students, welcome back to our video session. The last few videos you have been learning your second chapter and introduction to Adobe Page Maker. We are going to continue in the same chapter with some more topics. Before getting inside the lesson, I hope so you are regularly going through the videos, learning the concept from your home. Do not waste your time. Time is very, very precious. Let's move inside today's topics of this lesson. The topics what we are going to cover today is how will you open a document? How will you save a document? How will you close a document? What is the purpose of character specification dialog box, and what is the use of control palette window? Then how to draw a line, how to draw a rounded corner rectangle, how to draw a star using polygon tool, then creation of master pages, hiding of master pages, printing a document, right? First, we will see how will you open an existing document. By the name itself, it's very clear. Existing file which is already saved on your computer, we call that as existing file. So how to open that existing document from your Adobe PageMaker? Please select File menu. From the File menu, choose Open option or click on the Open icon in the toolbar or press Ctrl plus O in the keyboard. This is your Open Publication dialog box. In this Open Publication dialog box, we have a file name box. If you know the file name, you can type your file name directly here and just give open. Otherwise, from the lookin box, select the drive, select the folder, then select that file, then give open. Right? So what I said you about the dialog box is given in the theory form. The file name is given in the file list box. Name of the file to be opened up can be chosen from the list. Then click on the open button. Now the required file is opened up. Let me share the Adobe PageMaker window and show you how to open a file. Please go to File menu, choose the option Open. The Open Publication dialog box comes on the screen. At present, I am in my F drive of my computer. If a file is already saved in my F drive, select that file and just give open. Now the file has been opened up. This is the procedure for opening an existing file in a document. Right? Let's move to the next topic. How will you save and close a document? What's the purpose of saving a document? You can open the document for later purpose. That is, we can open the document and review later if you require. Sometimes the documents what you have created must be edited for some purpose. For these two reasons, you must save a document. Saving a file can be done by selecting File menu. From the File menu, choose the option Save, or by pressing Ctrl plus S on the keyboard, the Save As dialog box comes on the screen. Please type the file name and just click Save. Suppose a file is already saved, but you want to give a new name for that file. That is a new name for the document. Then you have to choose File, Save As. You can even open Save As publication type by clicking Shift plus Control plus S on the keyboard. The Save Publication dialog box will appear. Type a new name or specify a new location. Click Save button. Let me share your Adobe PageMaker window one more time. Already this file is being saved with the name My Publication. Now I want to give a new name for this document. For this, please select File menu. Please choose the option Save As. The Save Publication dialog box comes on the screen. Since this file already contains a name, it is showing that as My Publication. If you want to remove that name, remove it by pressing your backspace key. Type new name. I am typing here My Publication 1. Remember, all the documents what you save in Adobe PageMaker will be saved under your publication type. Now click Save. Now the file name is being saved as My Publication 1. What is the extension of Adobe PageMaker files? .pmd. Clear? Right? Now we'll move on to next topic. How to close an existing document. Once you have finished working in the document, you do not want to use that document for any purpose. You can close the document by giving File Close or giving Control plus W. Clear? Right. Our next topic is character formatting using character specification dialog box. In 11th standard, definitely you might have come across your OpenOffice Writer. There you might have come across common formatting options like bold, italic, and underline. For what reason we are doing formatting? See, formatting is a process of changing the arrangement of text. By doing this, what will happen? We can improve the appearance of the text. So, to improve the appearance of the text, you are going to apply some font styles. So, what is font? Set of letters, numbers, or symbols in certain style. How to open this character specification dialog box? First, select the text to be formatted. Then please choose Type menu. From the type menu, choose character option or press Ctrl plus T on the keyboard. The character specification dialog box comes on the screen like this. Here we can change the font style, font size, color, some styles like bold, italic, and underlining the text. All this process can be done in your character specification dialog box. Right? Let me show you on the screen. Let me go to my Adobe PageMaker window. Now there is a file opened up, My Publication 1. Select the text with the help of your text tool. Then please go to Type menu. From the Type menu, choose Character. The character specification dialog box comes on the screen. By default, the font style, what I applied in this document is Arial. Let it be Arial itself. Can we change the font size? Yes, I'm changing to 24. By default, the color of the text is always black. Change it to some other color you like. Then give OK. I think the color of the text is changed and the font size is also changed. Are you clear? The same thing, what I have done with the help of my character specification dialog box, you can do it with Control Palette window. At bottom, we are able to see a window here. This window is called Control Palette window. How to open this Control Palette window? Please go to Window menu, choose Show Control Palette, or you can press a keyboard shortcut, Control plus single apostrophe. By pressing Control plus single apostrophe on your keyboard, you can open your Control Palette window. Here also we can change the font style, change font size, change the formatting options like bold, italic, and underline. All these things you can do in your Control Palette window. Changing the text color. Just now I showed you how to change text color by using your character specification dialog box. Even we can change the text color by choosing Show Colors Palette window from Window menu. Why do you change the color of a text? The question is raised. By changing the color of the text, your design may look beautiful if you choose a text with a color. So changing the color may make your text more beautiful. Let me show you on the screen. Let me choose your Adobe PageMaker. Select this text. Go to your Window menu. Already your Show Color is on the screen. Select the color what you require. I just choose Magenta. The color is being changed to Magenta in color. This is also one of the methods for changing your text color in Adobe PageMaker. See your style, that is Show Color window is already opened up. Suppose if this Show Color window is not present, then you can go to Window menu and just choose the option Show Colors. The Show Color dialog box comes on the screen. From this dialog box, you can choose any required color for your text. Okay, wow. Then drawing tools. Of course, in the previous video sessions, I said you how to draw a rectangle, how to draw a line, what is the use of constraint lines tool, what is the use of a rectangle frame tool. Anyhow, we are going to see the same topic one more time with little bit of changes, right? Okay. For drawing a line, it's very, very simple. Select the line tool from the toolbox. The cursor changes to a cross hair. Click and drag on the screen to draw your line. Release the mouse button when the line is drawn with the required size. Okay. I'm going to back my Adobe PageMaker window. Let me close this window. Try to open a new window. It is new document. Right? Now, this is your toolbox. From the toolbox, select your line tool. Draw a line here. Okay, wow. Even they say you can draw even a spotted lines. Right? How to draw a spotted line? It's called as dotted lines. How to draw that? Double click on this line tool. Custom stroke window comes on the screen. Select any one of the stroke style you require. And then draw. Now you can see the difference between both the lines. Okay, wow. This is the way to draw your dotted lines on the screen. Then, how to draw a rounded rectangle. You know how to draw a rectangle, it's very, very simple. Right? Now, select the rectangle tool, draw on your screen. Since you have selected your custom stroke as dotted, the rectangle also looks like dotted, so please remove it. Let us draw with a simple, straight, plain line so that you can easily see on the screen. Right? Now, select the line style one more time. Now, draw the rectangle. Then, go to Element. Choose Rounded Corners. Choose any type of rounded corner and just give OK. Now you can see your rectangle's sides has been rounded up. It's been curved a little bit. So what I have to do? First, draw the rectangle. Then go to Element. Choose Rounded Corners. Choose any one of the style, whichever you prefer, and then give OK. Okay, wow? Right. This is the way to draw your rounded corners. Let me delete these objects, what I have drawn. Go back to my PowerPoint slide presentation. So, I've showed you how to draw a dotted line. Double click on the line tool. From the line tool, we are able to get a custom stroke dialog box. From the custom stroke dialog box, choose the stroke style from the drop down list, then give OK. Then draw on the screen the required appearance of that line will come on the screen. Click and drag on the screen to draw your dotted lines. Clear? Then this is the way to draw your dotted lines. drawing rectangle or ellipse. I just showed you how to draw a rectangle, how to convert rectangle corners to a rounded corners. There are two ways to do it. Either you can double click the rectangle tool. From there, you can choose your rounded corner dialog box. Choose any one of the corner settings. Then give OK. Or you can go to element menu. From element menu, you can choose your rounded corners. Right? Now I'm going to show you how to draw polygon. Of course, go back to your Adobe PageMaker window. Select your polygon tool. Draw the polygon object on the document. Now what they are going to say is, we are going to convert this polygon to a star shape. We are going to learn how to convert this polygon to a star shape. Now go back to my PowerPoint presentation. Let me study the points first. How to convert a polygon to a star shape. Click on the polygon tool from the toolbox. The cursor changes to a crosshair. Click and drag anywhere on the screen. Release the mouse button. Then choose element menu and choose polygon settings. Step number 5, type 5 in the number of sides. Step number 6, type 50% in star insert text box. Click OK. Now let us see how to convert a polygon to a star shape. Right? As they said, click on the polygon tool. Draw the polygon tool on the screen. When you click and draw, you can see the cursor changes to a crosshair. The plus sign, what you see is called the crosshair. Once you have drawn your polygon tool, release your mouse button. Once it has been drawn to the required size, then go to element, menu, choose polygon settings. The polygon settings dialog box comes on the screen. In the polygon settings dialog box, the number of sides is 6. Change it to 5. Then we have one more option here, star inset. What's the role of star inset? This option is going to bend the polygon lines inwards to form star-shaped object. In that, please type 50. Just give OK. Now your polygon shape is being changed to a star shape. Right? Next topic, what you are going to see is master page. Right? Of course, there are a few things you have to learn about master page. Any text or object that you place on master page will appear on the entire document page. Where we can see this master page icon at the bottom of your page, you can see the master page icon. Right? This is your master page icon. Then, why they use master page? It shortens the amount of time because you do not have to create the same objects repeatedly on subsequent pages. You can create, modify and delete objects on master page just like other objects. Right? So any text or object that you place on master page will appear on the entire document pages. Now let us see how to insert pages number, how to insert page numbers in master page. Now go to your Adobe PageMaker window, right? Now delete your polygon symbol. At the bottom we can see here, I think you're able to see here, not. We can see this LR. This is your master page icon. Click on the master page icon. Okay, va? Then click the text tool. Draw that text tool on the left of your master page. Then press Control Alt and P. Once you press Control Alt and P, we can see a word LM. Same way, select this text tool, draw on the right page. Okay, va? Now type Control Alt and P one more time on the right page. Now we can see LM RM, right? Try to insert new pages. How to insert new pages? Go to layout menu, choose insert pages. The insert pages dialog box will come on the screen. Number of default pages is 2. You can even delete it and type 4 here and then give insert. Now we can see 4 pages are inserted. Now, since we have inserted page numbers, by default we can see here a page number at the bottom, right? If you go to page number 2, we can see 2 and 3. If you go to 4 and 5, you can see the page number 4 and 5. So subsequently, if I add or change anything in my master page, that is reflecting in all the pages. Are you clear? I've inserted a page number. Once I insert a page number, the page numbers are seen in the subsequent pages what I have created. Clear? If you want to hide your master page, please go to the window menu. Okay, va? Please go to view. I'm sorry. Go to view and please take away display master item. Now the master page will not be shown to you on the screen. Right? If you want to display, go to view and choose display master page. Now you can see the page numbers coming on the screen. If you remove your master page, the page numbers will be removed. That is hiding the master page. Right? Sometimes you cannot see the master page on the screen. For this, what we can do, go to window and just choose the option show master page. The show master page comes on the screen, right? By default, all PageMaker documents have master page, and that master page will be named document master. Suppose if you want to create a new master page, click on this inverted triangle, what you see on the master page window, and choose new master page. The new master page dialog box comes on the screen. Now type a name for the master page. I type my master. Then give OK. A new master page is created. My master. Right? Then the last topic of this lesson is printing a document. Once you have created a document, if you want to take a printout, you can choose file print. Once you choose the option file print, the print dialog box comes on the screen. Here you have to select the type of printer, then number of copies you want to take as a printout. Sometimes your document may contain more pages or even some 10 pages. If you want to take all the pages, you can just click on the option all. Sometimes you may choose the option ranges. For example, if you want to print only 1 to 5 pages, then you can give 1-5. Then sometimes you can print your odd number pages and even number pages. Then we have the option called collate. Right? If this option is not selected, sometimes when you take a printout, Adobe PageMaker will print every copy of that page number of times you are specified here, every page. But if you want in sequence, the first copy of document, then second copy of a document, then you have to choose collate option active. Are you clear what I'm saying? If this collate option is not active here, suppose if your document contains 4 pages, first page of the document will be printed 4 times, then second page, then third page, then fourth page. If you want to print as a document setup, then you have to choose this collate option. Then first page, second page, third page, and fourth page will be printed. After finishing this entire set of document copy once, then start printing your second copy from first page, second page, third page, and fourth page. Right? Of course, this chapter gets over from here. I asked you about some few assignment questions last time. This is the assignment questions given for this video session. Please take down the assignment questions. One more thing, regarding your tools, this is your table for your tools given in your book. I have pasted on the screen. I have already thought about all these tools. So it's a very, very important 5-mark question. Have a note down in your classwork, or your, what notes you're going to take in your classwork. Please draw a diagram. Please put it on your classwork. Then, same way we have your keyboard shortcuts. What all the tools you are seeing in your toolbox, for that we have shortcut keys. This is also one of the most important question. Please take down this keyboard shortcuts and prepare in your classwork. That's all for today's video session. Thank you for observing this video session. We'll meet in the next video session.